you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Back 55! Back 55! Here we go, here we go! On 52. Flare. My God!
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Allen now on the option right. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a third down.
Mike. 19! 53. Pass 85. Pass 85. Let's go. Here we go.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Newton. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that'll lead here to a third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
First carry for the former Florida Gator, Jordan Scarlett. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ready? Right to the 3. Here we go.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ready?
On second down, it's Hunt. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football?
Is he good?
And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
On the run, this is Hunt, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. Johnson running right. 5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And some room to roam now. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Akeem Hunt with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. You know, the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He completes it to Jones. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
While sometimes it doesn't appear like much, the out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, he can turn into a big play. But the reason he's able to get it so often is because of his ability to push people deep, and they have to respect that.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Just like that. Just like that.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Go on.
Now Allen again. Gets it off to Freeman. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
Falcons, first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
He's got to be in chat right now.
Allen going to come to the line here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Here's Allen to throw it. It's caught. Jones. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Alert, alert, alert.
From the gun, it's Allen. Dancing to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
To the air, Allen. Forced out to his left. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
Early in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum down.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let him know. Watch the shit.
They'll toss it to Hunt. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Play action. It's Newton. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
He'll return it from the 6. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On play action, Allen. Flush to his right. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Allen off the play fake. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. This is Scarlett on the carry. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Jordan Scarlett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Next drive. And they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe somebody to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Allen now on 1st down. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
54. Go, go, go. Hey, tight.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. To throw, it's Allen. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On third and long, it's Allen. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
That's another Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Hey, 56. Move. Hey, check Mike 30. Hey, Zoo. I'm coming for you. You move. Hey, check Mike 30. Go.
On first down, Allen. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
For Julio Jones, incomplete. He was covered by Dante Jackson.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Brian Burns. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And it's fielded at the 34. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. The safety, Landon Collins, there to make the tackle. On 2nd and 9, Newton eluding the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot better.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet there are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. That one goes for 24 yards. Throwing on first down is Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there. It's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. They'll run on first down. Freeman. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Allen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Allen going to try and throw on third down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has, and that offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game. But conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
They're trying to show you they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
First down, Carolina.
On first down, Hunt. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They'll run. This is Hunt. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might well go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Now Scarlett. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jordan Scarlett, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Swerve around somebody.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Yeah, let's get that ball, dude. Let's get that ball right here. Check 43. Spurs. No.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth.
Round 80. Right there. 52.
Now Allen to throw. Throwing on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Ready? Check. Watch 54. I'm coming after you.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appered to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Out of the gun, Newton. Now he'll escape, and he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Taking it about the 36. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Get it.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Allen now looks to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Now Allen. Buying time to his left. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
Gotta be kidding me, bro.
Any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll run it with Scarlett. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play, so it might as well have not even had the penalty.
Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Allen's throw is complete, and they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen. And oh my goodness, what a catch at the 6. He got 29 yards that time. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
In your face.
They run again with Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Hunt. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. This is Hunt. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. On 3rd down, it's Hunt. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Carolina, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the run to begin the season is over as they drop to 9-1 now on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Ran all over me.